Dr. Kwan, who's going to kick us off.
Great. Thank you so much, Anne. Thanks for having us. I'm Jenny Kwan. I'm an economics and entrepreneurship faculty member at CSUMB in the College of Business. And I'm here with my colleagues to talk about the degrees that we offer at CSUMB. Can you go to the next slide, please? First, I wanted to talk about, and here we are. So you'll hear from Angel. There I am in the middle, and Carly and Gary are here as well. So first, I wanted to start with why study business? And there are a couple of different kind of interesting reasons. One is to learn about how the economy works, make sense of the news that we hear every day, but also to learn how to start, grow, and run a company. So we teach all about how companies work and how they operate inside the economy. And a lot of what we do also tries to understand how organizations work. So this can apply to all kinds of students. We offer a minor as well. So I do a lot of guest lecturing in the College of Science and in the music department, things like that. So I really believe in what we do and what we teach, and that what we teach can help anyone, even if you're not a business major. And so the way I think about business is what you learn is how to get stuff done. Next slide, please. So we offer a Bachelor of Science in Business, and so we have the BS in Business Administration, and you can do a number of different concentrations. So we have accounting, agribusiness, entrepreneurship, information systems, management and international business, and marketing. We also have a different BS program in sustainable hospitality management. It's a unique program, one of the few in the country, and you'll hear from Angel on that. And there you can concentrate in hotel, resort, and event management, or a sustainable ecotourism. Next slide. So this is just a list of our core courses. So these are courses that every student will take, regardless of your concentration. And so I just want to sort of list those. And if anyone has questions, we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. We have our email addresses in the chat window also. So if you have questions later, please feel free to contact any one of us. Next slide. And I'll hand it over to Gary to handle the accounting program that we have.
Great, thanks, Jenny. And we'll have Jenny back in a minute to talk about the entrepreneurship programs. One of the things I wanted to point out is the Bachelor of Science degree is essentially these courses. And then we have 4 business electives that form the concentration. So for example, in accounting, we do have 3 tracks, and depending on which track you're in, you'll take a slightly different series of courses. But the accounting concentration is 4 courses out of that, in addition to that list of courses for the business degree. So in accounting, we have a professional track that's designed to head you toward getting a CPA license. We have a general accounting track, and that's for pretty much everybody else that wants to do accounting in a company rather than go into public accounting. And then the third track we have is financial analysis, and that's our finance group, who we don't have a finance concentration. We were thinking that we'd have one at some point, and it looks like as of just recently, we're developing a track in related to the financial analysis. So it's financial planning, and we are working with the organization that handles the Certified Financial Planner certification nationally. And we're putting together a program that would prepare someone to do that. So if you go into the professional track, the idea is you'll end up with a CPA license and you'll be practicing public accounting. So you'll be doing audit work on publicly traded companies or smaller firms. You will be doing tax work, or you'll be doing accounting systems consulting or business consulting. The general track would lead you to a job as a business analyst or a cost analyst at a company. So you'd be working for the company itself. And then the CFP program would be for people that want to do financial advising, portfolio management, securities analysis, and help people with estate planning, financial planning, retirement planning, and that sort of thing. So handling rich people's money, which can be fun. We do regularly set our students up in internships, and we do a lot of very intensive career guidance. So right now we have about 180 students in the accounting concentration, and we're graduating maybe 50 or 60 a year. As the lead faculty in accounting, I pretty much get to know every one of those students. I'll work with them on getting their resume in shape, help them get internships, help them plan for their careers, or get them set to go out and get into a graduate program. So so those are kind of the directions we go in terms of careers. Again, there's public accounting where, a lot of people picture accounting as you're sitting in a little room with your computer and you're doing all this really intense work alone. And that is true for people who work in the tax compliance area. But for almost everybody else in accounting, you're doing a lot of interactive work with human beings. So if you're in auditing, you're literally going out to clients and auditing their books and records and their financial statements. And you might be on one audit for 2 or 3 weeks, then you'll go to another location. You don't even have an office at the firm. So you might have a cubicle there that you share, but you're mostly out at the client doing work, which means it's really important that you have the quantitative skills, but you also need really good people, interpersonal, and those kinds of skills. So we're looking for people that can do the numbers and can work with people. So that's kind of what accounting's all about. Then I also teach one course in the agribusiness program. We have a course that, believe it or not, is actually titled Advanced Agribusiness Credit and Finance. That's the longest title in the catalog, and I teach that. The agribusiness program is designed to meet the needs of our Tri-County area. It's over $4 billion a year in agricultural, the sector of the economy. And so we work very closely with these companies. You'll recognize some of these names. We have very active student groups in agribusiness, as we do in accounting. And normally we'd have Scott Fausti here teaching, who teaches in the program, talking about it, but he's off with an illness right now. So I told him I'd cover this for him. But again, we have very intensive involvement with the students in this program. It's a little bit smaller than accounting. And so Scott and I and a couple of other faculty work really closely with students on getting internships throughout the program and with job placements at the end of the program. So we're not talking about field management. We're not talking about soil science. This is agribusiness. So this is the finance, the accounting, the marketing, the management, and mostly the logistics of getting the food into the ground, out of the ground, onto trucks, processed, packaged, and in good shape for delivery all over the world, literally. So it's very interesting stuff. And that's coming from an accountant. We deal with very interesting stuff in accounting. So very impressed with agribusiness and enjoy working with them. So that's an option. Then we also have an information systems option. So a lot of people are confused sometimes between information systems and computer science. Computer science is where you're developing programs, working on some hardware. Information systems in a business context is where you're taking the software tools and applying them to business problems. So you're doing things like data analytics, business analytics. You would go into a company, the careers are things like business analyst, data analyst. So those are the kinds of jobs that our IS grads go into. Again, we have pretty active program of internships. We also offer the chance to earn an SAS certificate. So SAS is a statistical applications package that's used in data analysis. Having that on your resume is a really big thing. So by taking specific courses within the information systems program, you can earn that. We also are developing programs to work with SAP, which is a very widely used large software package for big companies to do all of their accounting, payroll, personnel, materials management. It's an integrated software package that companies use to run their operations. For example, Microsoft uses SAP to run their business. So we have training in all of those things. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Carly, who's going to talk about management and international business. Carly?
Thanks, Gary. So hi, everybody. My name is Carly Poster. I teach business communications at CSUMB, which pretty much everyone's going to take because, as Gary so kindly mentioned, communications really at the core of really any major, the ability to be able to speak about what you're doing and work with others. So I'll talk to you tonight about the management concentration as well as the international business and marketing. So first, I'd like to highlight like the classes that you would take in each and briefly just talk about the careers that you could pursue with these options. So the cool thing though about management, international business, and the marketing concentration is that they're very flexible. That's not to say that what Gary just talked about with agribusiness and accounting is not, but these degrees or these concentrations are going to allow you to take the skills you learn at CSUMB and apply them to really any variety of industries that you're interested in. So let's go one more slide. And so this is our management and international business concentration, or MIB. So it prepares students to be productive managers who are well-versed in different cultures, and they're able to go into these different cultures, different diverse groups, and have effective work relationships with them. Some possible classes you might take are human resources, organizational behavior, and what you'll really leave with is this understanding of how business administration and operations works in whatever industry you want to apply it to, and you'll have the interpersonal skills to work well with others. The next slide, sorry, I just had a pop-up on my screen. Okay, good. Is the possible careers. I just listed some. Again, it's pretty endless what you could do with this concentration. But you might find yourself in a corporate leadership position, project management, a global director or consultant who can go across those international boundaries and work and lead with others. I'll highlight on here my personal favorite because it's the area I study with sports management. You might find yourself working with a sports team to find out how it operates, how to recruit, managing the people within and outside of the organization to effectively have a sports business and generate strong fan bases. Which I guess would be a good segue into the marketing slide, which is next. There is a lot of overlap that you'll see between marketing and management in the courses that you take. This concentration is going to prepare students for sales, advertising, public relations types of careers in both for-profit and non-for-profit sectors. So with marketing, you'll take classes that, again, talk about communications, that stuff that I love to teach. And it really relates to the brand, the company's brand that you stand behind, and how to get people to buy into that brand. Classes you might take would include marketing research, service marketing, technology, digital organization. My personal favorite on this list, of course, is integrated marketing communications. With that class, you'll learn about how businesses can use different channels like web, social media, print to reach their target audiences, and really, again, get them to do what you want, to buy the product or to believe what you're trying to sell them. So just like your favorite brand, you'll talk to them through their website, through their social media engagement. That's the kind of stuff that you would learn with integrated marketing communications. And one more slide, please, Gary. So with this track, you might find yourself in a career in social media marketing, brand management, public relations. Maybe you'll be a coordinator of a brand's image. But as Gary said, and others, the communication is really at the core to it. So I'm thankful to be able to talk to you all about that today. There's also this back end of marketing that sometimes students don't know about. There's this big data aspect and using data to project trends and to reach the customers that you want to. We have some sales courses as well, which I think would be a good segue to Jenny talking about entrepreneurship.
Jenny.
Yes,
You're muted.
I'm back. I am back. And yeah, thanks, Carly. I wanted to mention one of the things we're doing this coming semester is a new course on digital marketing and digital ad sales. So it's a kind of a cool experimental course where we're going to have students actually use Google ad dollars to do a campaign, ad campaign for a nonprofit, a real live nonprofit company. So really, really excited about that because I think the jobs in that area are growing and they're good jobs. So yeah, we're always innovating. So I'm here to talk about the entrepreneurship concentration. It's required. So there's an entrepreneurship course that is required of all business students. We're one of the few business programs that I know of that requires entrepreneurship of all students. The reason I believe in it so much is that what you learn is how to start a company, how to grow the company. And it's one of the things, it's the one really good way that you can understand big companies by understanding how they started out. So I think it provides a really good foundation for understanding the rest of what business schools usually study, which is big firms, and they do that for a good reason. Big firms are important; they're good employers, and they're companies that we aspire to find jobs in. But the entrepreneurship concentration, I think, really sets the stage for students understanding how big businesses work by first understanding how little businesses work and how they get to be big businesses. Let's see, we have courses in, so the required course is in entrepreneurship, but we also have a course in new venture finance and innovation. Next slide, please. So the other reason that I really, really believe in entrepreneurship and why I think it's so great that we require this of all undergraduate majors in business is that it also is important. It provides and establishes a mindset of creativity and problem solving, curiosity and experimentation. And so this is sort of an entrepreneurial mindset that is valued by big companies. And so that's what we call intrapreneurship. So it's entrepreneurial behavior in big firms. And so really good companies, good employers, including really big ones, value that sort of entrepreneurial mindset. And so that is another reason why I think it's just such an important piece of the curriculum. So entrepreneurship is a concentration. However, the focus is on starting firms, and not everybody is interested in starting a firm. And so that's totally understandable. However, if you are interested in starting a firm or in innovation or technology and working with technologists or scientists to start firms, this might be the concentration for you. Even if it's not something you want to do, even if starting your own company is not something you aspire to do, I think that our entrepreneurship courses are really, really valuable, and I really hope that you will enjoy them as much as I do. Next slide. I think that I might be turning this over to Angel.
I think you are.
Hospitality.
Angel, take it away.
Thanks, Gary. It's great to be here with you. And I want to talk to you about our bachelor's in sustainable hospitality management. It's been in place for about 6 years now, and we have 2 areas of focus, as we saw earlier. We have a hotel, resort, and event management track, which is our most popular one, and then we have an ecotourism track. All of them have focus on sustainability, and that's what makes the program unique. We started this 5.5 years ago, and we partnered with great companies out here in the area. The picture you see is from Pebble Beach, one of their famous holes there facing Carmel, and they are the largest employer of our students here in the area. We not only have full-time alumni working there, we also have during the Concordia Elegance, the AT&T golf tournaments, we do see a lot of presence from our students, both internships, volunteers, and just plainly because they work there permanently. So I'll talk to you more about some other partners, but Pebble Beach is key in really helping our program grow and opportunities for our students. So next slide, please. And here we see just a few facts of our program. One, that it's relatively small. We have 75 students, so we have really one-on-one focus on our students, and we all know everyone. We have a club where we stay active, and we like to keep things, small in terms of the classroom as well. So we have about 20 students in our classes at one time. Our area is really big, especially the peninsula, in terms of hospitality and tourism. So there's a lot of opportunities while in the program as well as after graduation. And there's a strong need for our program here. A lot of support from the industry and a lot of networking that occurs because of that. We offer the bachelor's program separate from the BSBA, but we are very much part of the college, and the core courses are the business courses. And then you do have focused courses in either events, hotel management, restaurant management, and ecotourism. And you learn the skills to manage within our industries. So that's the focus of our program. We don't have the technical aspect as Cabrillo does. This would be a management focused concentration or program. So next, please. We have been known now for being the fun major because we do a lot outside of the classroom as well. We bring the industry to the classroom, which makes it fun, but we also require that every student does volunteering in events around the area, companies like Pebble Beach, over in Laguna Seca, the Gourmet Fest of Relais and Chateau properties in Carmel. So there's a lot going on that our students participate, and they learn how to manage teams, as well as the technical part that goes into the jobs in our industry. So it's really fun. It just adds variety, and they learn from doing, as well as meeting people that are key players in different industries here in the peninsula. So it helps them network immensely. Some of the examples there you see include also the Red Cross Farm to Table, really high-end event that takes place typically at Carmel Valley Ranch. And our students do the service as well as the setup for that event. So it's a big event for the Red Cross that we're very proud to partner with. Next slide, please. We do a study abroad program. We've done it twice. We're planning for the third as soon as we get out of this COVID situation. We go to Costa Rica with our students, and they get to see ecotourism as it's done by a leading country. We partnered with the government of Costa Rica in order to make this happen. And we go to key locations. There are tourism discussions that take place with high-ranking government officials of the country, so the students get to learn directly from them, as well as fun activities related to ecotourism, traveling around to different regions of the country. And I believe they spent about 12 days there with a faculty member. This is part of a class, even though you can participate not being registered for the class. But it's a very fun activity, and we're planning to expand whenever travel is possible to other places, including Europe. So that's a great part of the tourism industry, to explore and to learn by visiting locations. Next
On
slide,
Hell,
please.
it's okay if the accounting students go along, even though we're not as much fun.
Definitely. You can keep us on track in terms of spending.
I had to ask.
No, definitely. Yeah, everybody can participate. It's open to everybody at CSUMB. Then internships. We do have a requirement. It's not optional. Every student has to go through an internship. There is a class that they register for. And the locations, we can help you find locations. You can also bring your own ideas, and as long as it complies with the requirements, that's up to the faculty member teaching the course and the guidelines. We can certainly accept other locations, but these are the most picked locations here in the area. So Pebble Beach, certainly the highest, I would say, number of students working for Pebble Beach. The Marriott, Quail Lodge. We have the aquarium also, people that do the internship there and they stay there working for the aquarium. The Intercontinental, and of course, outside of the peninsula. Again, it's up to the student to discuss with the faculty, but we're pretty flexible with that. So if you want to go to Sandals in Jamaica, that's something that you can do. You can spend the summer there or the semester there, and it'll count for credits. Plus, you get paid for it. So we'll make it happen. It's really important in our industry to participate in internships. Okay, next slide. And there's no question that the program prepares you for jobs, and there is a high interest from the industry in hiring. Even during COVID right now, there are jobs posted, and they've reached out to us for our graduating seniors, even with the tough COVID situation. There's just a big need to have trained and prepared managers in hospitality. And these are some examples, our students, our alumni, and what they're doing. Michelle, for example, Carrera, she was in our classrooms a year and a half ago. She graduated and she went to the San Francisco Zoo to become the event planner for the entire zoo. So, it's really something that opens doors. If you have experience plus a managerial degree, then, bachelor's degree at this point, it really is going to open doors. And we have seen the growth, in their careers. For example, one of our students started at the Quail Lodge, which is a Peninsula hotel, and she's now middle of the road management in the Peninsula of Chicago, which is a really high-end property, very luxurious, and she has done great for her career in a couple of years after graduation. So we have some great examples. I wish I had more time to share, but at least you can get a picture of what's happening. Young program, getting people ready, and them going on to great careers. So next, please.